Hello? Anybody? Is there anybody here? Super. How's everybody doing? Hello? Do you guys want to see things that we've been working on up close? A sneak peek. Push Pop? Push Pop's gonna go outside today. We're gonna let her explore a bit. Push Pop. All right, guys, sneak peek. This was the chicken painting today. It's mostly Nugget, but Henrique also partook. So last year, chat, we had, we try to do themes every year for the painting. So like last year it was a self-portrait where we gave them all colors. This year we're doing Ambassador's Choice. So they're picking the colors, and by that I mean we're giving them 2 colors, and then we put like a little seed or a piece of walnut in front of it, and then they pick it, and whichever walnut they pick is the color that they pick. So this one is Tico. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. This one's Miley. We are all kind of in agreement. I'm so glad that you like the Push Pop video. This one's Miley. We kind of have decided that it kind of looks like a flower garden. So yeah, that's Miley. This one is Siren. It's beautiful. And this one is Mia. It was Barbie themed kind of until today. So that's the beginning of the parrots. I think the goal is to get, Sirens is chaotic, just like her, is to get 2 from each parrot. So that's the beginning. And that's the first chicken one. We've considered this one. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Huh? Yes. Do you think you could paint Polly? Do you think you could? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. So yeah, we are going to get Push Pop out a bit later today, and we're going to take her out for a walk, and she's going to get her second round of greens so we can spend some time watching her eat again. It's going to be a good time. But first, we're going to go get some snakes and bring them outside because it's a very warm day, and they'd probably love to be out. So, oh look, a Lindsay. Hello. Hello. Where is Ella? Oh, excellent. How are the fox boys?
Excellent. Reed, nope, Finn is very watery, droopy. His eyes also look kind of red.
Yeah, I think he's got allergies.
Yeah, so she was talking to doctor about potentially getting some allergy meds today.
I figured we'd start with the snakes.
Okay.
Yeah, poor Finn.
Yeah. So she's talking to see if
Yeah.
if it's okay to give him some, since his eyes are.
Polly really does own the nut house. It's been a really long road accepting it for me because she poops everywhere and I hate it, but it's fine. Here we are. Rat ladies? Have you guys seen the big tunnel for the rat ladies? Soaked Stompy today. I think you really enjoyed it. It's so hot here. I hate it. They do like the tunnel. And they've been chewing little holes in it as well. I love giving the rats paper because I love watching them move it around all the time. We've been okay here with Smoke. Have been okay. Quite thankfully. Push Pop's ready. Look at her. She actually is ready, chat. She targeted to the scale the other day. Oh, that looks like it was going to be a Push Pop yawn. She's alert. She's present. It's so cute. Sorry, I didn't mean to spook you. All right. I figured we'd start with the snake since Push Pop is technically still in quarantine from our kiddos. Maybe we can take Push Pop up by her enclosure later. Let's go get Noodle and Patchy. Bring them outside.
Real time.
Drop stuff in, yeah. We've come for snakes. We can take a peek at Toast. I don't know if we'll get Toast out today, chat, because Toast doesn't seem to want to leave their little snoot alone. They keep rubbing their nose on the glass. So they've not been super motivated to participate, which has been kind of rough. Which snake do you want? You want a Noodle or a Patchy?
Fair. I can do Noodles since you got the phone.
Noodle's been pretty good, chat. I was giving everybody an update this morning about her mite situation. Toast is not in the new enclosure yet, but Toast is my highest priority for the new enclosures because I think that is the only way they will stop messing with their nose. Noodle, you want to go outside?
Can I touch? We're gonna go into the sunshine.
We have ordered all of the new lights for the reptile enclosures.
Go outside.
We have not seen mites on Noodle.
You can't take your water with you.
But I would like to.
You can't. Oh, I'm sorry.
Have not seen any mites on her. I've seen some white on her, but we are wondering if it was calcium from when we had the humidifier running in here. If she just has some mineral buildup, which has happened in the past. If it was mite dust.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so you can see some, it's really hard to see. But you can see like the edges here. She's got like white. But historically, if she's spent a lot of time in her water, which she hasn't been, but if she's in the humidifier, then it's very possible. Oh, here, Lindsay. I forgot to give this to you. It's not on yet.
Oh, okay.
It might just be from that, because like I said, we have not seen mites on Noodle. We tried to soak her last week, because it had been a minute since she had been soaked. And she was not a fan. You can have space if you need to.
Resubscribed for 13 months.
Thank you for
Noodle is my
resubscribing.
fave less than 3.
Noodle is excellent. I love her to pieces. All right, Patchy. Patchy. We gave Patchy. Oh, there's Patchy's little nose. There's Patchy's little nose. Okay, Miss Patchy. Hi.
Cool, thank you.
Patchy's starting to look a little dull.
Hello.
Ready to shed soon.
Lights are on.
To
Say
yes.
yes.
Can we touch? Oh, let's go outside.
What did you guys do to the lights? They're back to normal.
Oh yeah, she's definitely. I think getting ready.
Space. Of course it was
Do you
space.
see how
it's
her-
always space. He can fix anything.
Make sure she's not. She's not yet.
What is this? Is this just from...
Patchy's definitely getting ready to shed.
Oh,
So chat.
should we get her out then?
Yeah, she's not blue yet. Like her eye's still fine.
Oh,
She's
okay.
just a little dull. But chat, do you see how her
Where
belly
are
is
you
looking
going?
a little pink? That's a sign that she's getting ready. All right.
Let's go outside.
It's different in this account because there's TikTok.
Coming out.
Goes into there. So I just need to do the math from here, but that's what you're
Patchy's gonna shed again soon.
Yeah, it looks dull.
She's a little dull, but she's also a little pink.
358 just resubscribed.
I got it.
Months.
Thank you.
Kayla.
Where do we want to go?
I don't know, I figured we'd go find a place in the sun. Noodle. Really? Noodle? Noodle. Nice. I don't know.
You can't go down.
I mean, we can try just like sitting on the porch. I don't know if the goats will come over. But like sit on the rock.
She's going up my path.
Noodle boundaries.
Consent.
Please, Noodle.
Consent, ma'am. Looks like I see a goat over there.
Huh?
I see a goat that way.
Over there. We can hang out here for a little while and then see how long until we get caught. You saying hi, Patchy? Alright, there we go. Say hi, Patchy.
What are you doing?
Just see what you guys are seeing. Could I just turn the camera around? Yeah, I could. Where's the fun in that?
You're gonna fall, ma'am.
I'm not prepared to put Noodle back on the ground outside just because I'm so worried about mites. Thank you for resubscribing.
Says just resubscribed for 8 months.
Thank you.
It's weird.
Yeah, I'm
Yeet my leg
a
up.
little gun shy about putting the snakes down on the ground because it would be hard for me, Noodle, to know where exactly
What's
is
happening.
the biggest risk. I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi because it sucks.
Yeah.
So that I can see what the picture is.
Noodle, can we just...
So yeah, they unfortunately are stuck adventuring with us. In the wild, how would Noodle handle mites? So from what I've read online about snakes in the wild and the mite situation is that typically because they don't hang out where they shed.
909 just resubscribed for 20 months.
Thank you.
There's a little echo there, chat, and I don't know how to fix it, but thank you for resubscribing, Vanessa. So in the wild, where snakes shed because they don't have to hang around their shed, mites are less of an issue. So like if you think about a captive snake, like when Noodle or Patchy shed, they're sitting next to their shed for a little while, right? So it gives time for the mites to move from the shed back to the snake. Versus in the wild, they wouldn't have that opportunity because the snake would just leave their shed behind. I'm sure there are things other than that, but that's what I read a lot about.
They're also constantly moving too.
Yep.
Picking better spots
Do
for the
Noodle
sun.
and Patchy get along? They've not really. This is really the closest they ever are, chat. This is the closest they ever are. There we go. We try to pull their sheds really quick, and we try to, like I said, when I pulled Patchy out today, like you can see that her belly is just getting a little bit discolored. She's getting ready to shed. That's one of the first signs, other than that she just looks a little bit dull compared to how she usually looks. Sometimes I feel like it's hard to tell. Ella's really good at being able to tell when Toast is gonna shed. She's really good at being like, Toast looks dull. I'm like, Toast looks like Toast to me. I feel like Toast is the hardest for me to tell, like when they're starting to get a little bit dull.
See, I think Noodle is because she's already like a beigey color.
Yeah, but she gets so crusty looking, I feel. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
I don't know. The take-home message, chat, is that they all look a little bit different when they're about to shed, and we all have varying levels of, yeah,
Where's your face?
That's definitely getting ready to shed. You saying hi? I say hi.
Ma'am, you gotta stay up.
I'm sure once we get the Toast cam in the new enclosure, Toast will definitely be out and about. And so much more pleased with their environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Noodle is an arboreal species. Semi-arboreal? Arboreal?
Arboreal. Semi, I guess, maybe semi. They're known to be in trees.
They're climbers, yeah,
They are
carpet
yeah.
pythons.
They like to be in the
Patchy
trees.
Ball pythons are not typically considered climbers, but in captivity, many people have watched their ball pythons enjoy climbing. So Patchy will have vertical space to take advantage of in her new enclosure.
Yes.
It's very important to us that she has vertical space. What does it feel like when they're tongue sniffing you?
It's not my shoe.
If it flicks you, Noodle really just trying to, she's like, I just want to go, guys. I just want to go.
Once on the ground so bad.
If it flicks you, it just kind of like tickles a little bit, I feel. I guess it depends on whether or not you're ticklish.
I don't even know if I
A
noticed
little
it.
flick, just a little flick. How many times a year do they shed? It depends. I feel like when they're in their
come up,
enclosures, it'll
come
probably be
high.
pretty regular.
Go up.
But I feel like Patchy probably sheds every couple of months. 3 to 4?
Yeah.
Every 3 to 4 months, probably.
I've noticed she sheds more often than the other two,
She growing.
in my opinion. She is growing.
She's growing snake. There's a snake in your boot. Yeah, no, Patchy, definitely a climber. She's gonna love her new enclosure, I have no doubt. I can't wait until she's in it. Connor ordered all the lights for the new reptile enclosures, all of them. And as well as for the marmosets too. Got UVB lights for their inside space.
Exciting.
Which is really exciting.
Are you finally calming down?
Very expensive. It's a lot of lights. There's a lot of timers involved. So we have somebody helping us out to actually like mimic the sun from where these guys are all from. So it'll be as close to a natural cycle as we can get. Do they stop shedding or shed less often when they get older? Before Noodle, I would say Noodle still sheds pretty regularly as well. We don't know how old Noodle is. But she was on a pretty good streak for a little while. Are you happy, Noodle? Who knows? You content, Noodle? Content.
I would like to sit down, but I can't.
UVB lights are quite expensive and they wear out, so you have to replace them regularly. Something to consider if you want to own reptiles. Yeah, and how are the water features going? Connor and I actually have a meeting this week to talk about some of the enclosure decor, if you will, because we do have plans. So we are going to be talking about, hello.
I'm gonna make a med sheet for Ben. We're gonna try giving Benadryl a couple days to see
Okay.
if he had really red eyes today.
Okay. See if it helps him. I think part of when we talked to the person who's helping us with the reptile enclosures, one of the things that I emphasized when I talked to him was that I'd really like to document the process of getting their enclosures ready, and the maintenance involved in keeping the reptile enclosures, because I feel like there's a pretty big misconception that reptiles are low maintenance pets, and I would like to dispel that notion. To show people that obviously taking care of them is a lot of work and time and cost. There are a lot of lights involved. I think each enclosure has at least 5 lights.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot of lights.
It's a lot of lights. Oh my God, Connor.
Why is he like that?
Yeah, no, I think Patchy's going to be a good-sized snake. And I think female ball pythons are actually a little bit bigger than males.
Yeah.
So hopefully Patchy will be a good He's smelling. Is it recommended with pet snakes to give them some outdoor time like this? I think it depends on your snake. And like how comfortable they are. Like some snakes don't like to be handled. Which would make taking them outside or trying to handle them to get them outside not so fun for that snake. And like I think it depends too, like Patchy and Noodle are both kind of like chilling. They're not like coiled tightly, like Patchy's just flicking her tongue. I think Noodle was flicking her tongue not too long ago.
Yeah, she's just...
yeah, she's flicking it every little bit. It's not like a super rapid flick. They don't seem... Oh no, we've got a beetle coming.
No.
Had to ruin it. This was so peaceful.
Get away from our snakes.
No, my snake.
No.
All right, hold on, chat. We gotta... No, get away from her. She's mine.
No.
We gotta relocate.
Get away from my snake.
Where do we want to go?
No, you can't go to her either.
A goat and a snake walk into a bar.
Only the snake walks out.
If only.
Get away from my snake.
Hold on. Hold on, chat. We're just gonna try and get Noodle, or Beetle. Walk away, Beetle. Now's your chance.
Yeah, Trooper coming up too now.
Well, picture. I can't. Tripper will be gone. Bye. Okay. All right, there they go. Bye. Now let's go back and sit on our porch.
This is really hard to walk. I can't swing my arm for balance.
If she comes back, I swear. All right, here. I will leave you here with the camera.
Do not. Do.
I will do it again. I will do it all day. I don't even feel bad. Get out. Go, go, go.
You
Walk
don't
away.
even go here.
Walk away. You're gonna want to go.
And Noodle.
Go. Keep going.
Hi.
Chat, in case you were wondering, literally, I've been gone for 2 days and I got out of my car and the first thing that happened to me was Beetle ran into my lunchbox. I loathe her.
Goats suck.
Okay. Wouldn't the zoo know Noodle's age? It depends on the zoo and the records that they kept.
It also depends on when she got to the zoo, because they also, like, if she was already like a bigger, they may not know.
Hey, hello, stupid question. Do snakes lose muscle mass if they stay too long in their enclosure? I think that depends on their enclosure. So if you give them enough things to climb and encourage them to move around, provide enrichment, provide the opportunity for them to be active, I would say no.
Yeah.
But
No.
Noodle has been in the mite enclosure for entirely too long at this point.
I think you said April.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been almost a year.
Almost a year.
And she's not lost any weight, even though she's only eaten one time.
She's doing a great job.
So it's
They
really
are cold.
interesting.
They're cold-blooded.
Yeah, their
so.
metabolisms are a lot slower than ours. It was cool seeing the Marms enclosure being built. Yeah. Are their enclosures going to be bioactive? I don't think so. Mostly because the thought of having a bioactive enclosure really stresses me out straight out of the gate. But it might be something that we work towards perhaps in the future. I'm even overwhelmed by the fact that we have springtails in the bug enclosures and like what that means for like the substrate in the bug enclosures. So there's something maybe in the future. What do you guys feed the snake? These guys get fed frozen thawed rats, primarily.
says 7.78 sounds.
You started an alarm.
778. It does.
You started 2 alarms. Why
Is
do
there
you,
a warm
why do you
side
want a
and a cool
timer?
side? Yes, there is.
Why do you want a timer on my watch?
A warm side and a cool side and a basking shelf.
It's gonna have all the things.
It's gonna have all the things. They're all gonna have all the things. Sorry, Patchy. What are you doing? Miss Ma'am. I'm trying to support you. Connor is back. He's been back.
Yep.
Snake's names. This is Patchy, this little one here, and the big snake is Noodle.
This is Noodle.
Patchy is a ball python, and Noodle is a carpet python.
Yep.
Are snakes like turtles where the size of their enclosure determines how much they can grow?
No. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. You beat me to it. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Noodle was in a very small enclosure at her previous location.
She was.
Smaller than the mite enclosure that she's currently been in for.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. So, how big are the new enclosures, and does it affect the way they act the bigger you make it? I think the bigger the enclosure just allows for more...
Cyan just resubscribed for 11 months. Yay, keep a talk, Alveus love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it just gives them more opportunity to interact with their space. So, like, the more space you have, the more you can do with the space, the more enriching the space, like the more enriching you can make the space. So that's why, like, when we've talked about Noodle and like giving her a water feature, it's because we have the space to do it. So why not? If a water official will be stimulating in some way for her, if it might encourage her to interact with her surroundings a little bit more, then why wouldn't we do it? I don't think Patchy and Toast will have active water features. But that's a discussion for another day. We did talk about just giving Toast like a cat fountain. That's a little bit easier to maintain, I think.
The only thing we can give them.
But yeah. More enriching space, more vertical climbing space, more everything space. Patchy having a time. Can I?
She wants to control chat.
She's doing a great job.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You just can't go to the ground. We just got you good.
How often do the snakes get outside time like this? I think we've reached a point where we can offer it a lot more.
Yeah, now that it's warmer outside.
Now that it's warmer outside, we can focus on doing stuff like this a little bit more frequently and regularly. They don't appreciate it when it's cold, chat. It's not ideal for them. So now that it's getting warmer, we can... Excuse me, ma'am. I'm really behind. I'm just catching up to when I sprayed Beetle. Oh no, just kidding. Patchy messed it up.
Patchy is controlling chat. You still got a lot.
Springtails are like tiny mighties. Is Noodle free of mites? We have not seen any in a good bit.
Nope. She's still within the window of them potentially, like, of her not being confirmed, but it's looking promising.
What was the stuff you were applying to Toast's skin last week? So Toast, I think, is just eager to be out and exploratory, and maybe we can bring Toast out today and put them on the porch or something like that. But Toast has made a habit of rubbing the front of their face on the glass, which is frustrating. It's why their enclosure currently is covered on one side to try to discourage that behavior, because it's affecting their scales. So right now, in order to keep those clean so they don't, to prevent infection, it's just a dilute betadine at the end of a Q-tip.
Just an antiseptic.
Yeah, just to keep it clean so it doesn't get infected, because getting infected would be worse.
God, yes.
Would be really not fun for all involved parties.
We are trying to prevent that.
Do snakes have a favorite food / prefer one food over the other? These snakes get primarily offered rats. I think I've heard that some snakes have preferences, and that you have to be careful what you get them used to eating, because some foods are healthier for them than others.
Yeah. Noodle's been given guinea pigs before.
Yep, Noodle's eaten guinea pigs. when we were starting to get Patchy off of the pinkies, we didn't want to give her too many mice because I think mice are a little bit fattier than rats. So like some snakes get used to eating mice and then they don't want rats. And rats, I think, are better for them in the long run.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit more lean, typically.
So, are some snakes tree snakes and others ground snakes? Yeah. Snakes can be found in a lot of different places, like Noodle species is a more arboreal species versus Patchy species in the wild. The ball python is more likely probably to be found on the ground, although not exclusively. Individual snakes are different, even within the same species. Are some snakes, snakes don't hibernate in the winter? I'd have to look into more specific. I think
No, ma'am.
probably not some, no, I'd have to look it up to be sure.
Go find them
They
elsewhere.
can go really long periods of time without eating,
No.
and I would imagine if it's cool, they just slow the metabolisms down. And
No. Go find them elsewhere where they're not here.
but you're cute, and you're being very nice.
No. Force field.
I've never read about brumation in snakes. I'd have to look it up. I've read about it for Georgie, and there's definitely some articles that talk about whether or not you can or should mimic brumation in captivity, if it's beneficial or not. That sounds scary to me. Have you ever considered a catio for the reptiles with a pass through the wall so they can go outside and inside as they please? We briefly talked about something like that for Noodle. And that's, I think, just a matter of cost and resources.
It's a lot of construction.
It's a lot of construction. Because we talked about Noodle having like an outdoor space that was literally like right behind the wall of where she is, and just like somehow enclosing that whole space as her enclosure, and then having an inside-outside space. But you should have seen the look on everyone's faces when I said that. So.
No.
How does the glass hurt the scales? Just friction of, I think Toast just sees out and like wants to go. So maybe a dumb question, but I know nothing about snakes. How easy is it to tell if a snake is male or female? It's not easy.
It's not. I don't think you can really
There's
at all.
no external cues,
No.
external features that you can point to indicate if a snake is male or female. Our vet checked Patchy, and it was an internal, it was like a little up here situation.
Yeah.
And she was pretty confident that Patchy was female, even though Patchy came in and we were told Patchy was male. Fun times.
We don't know.
But yeah, there's nothing obvious where we could be like, this is definitely a female snake. Can you Vaseline the glass where Toast rubs? We can try. We'd have to Vaseline
The entire bottom.
the whole bottom, but we could try. On the
We think.
Toast.
Yeah. We think it'll help.
My ball python will only eat brown mice thawed completely dry. It drives me crazy. Patchy's very particular about how her food is warmed up.
Yep.
She's like, I would like it to be freshly dead.
Yep. Still warm.
Tripper is a very good goat. How much heat can they withstand? Brumation is kind of like hibernating. They kind of snooze through the winter. Yeah. It's pretty much just like it gets cold and they're like, okay, no more. I feel. How much heat can they withstand? I don't know how much like direct heat they could withstand. Like if I were just like put Patchy out in the sun.
I don't know.
At what point she would be like, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
But they'll have a basking shelf in their new enclosure and enclosures, and typically their basking shelves are like the surface temp reaches 95 to 100, usually somewhere in that range for most of the species that I've read about. But I think here, like if we were to like let them out on the ground in the summer, they'd probably try to find like a shaded spot because the ground in the summer here can get up to like 130 degrees.
Very hot.
Which is hot. Yeah. Is it true that snakes with king in the name has that because they eat other snakes? I don't know.
I don't know.
The only one I can think of off the top of my head is the
king snake.
Yeah, and the king cobra.
Oh yeah. I don't think cobras eat other snakes.
I'm not sure. I would have to research that.
Lilian Hayes donated $5 to charity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know if it would really make sense if we were to try to do the inside-outside space for Noodle right now. It would require the amount of construction that it would require would just make it like we would just have to keep them in their temporary setups even longer.
Yeah.
Like the enclosures that are being built are going to be really solid spaces for them.
Yeah. They're going to be quite big too.
Yeah, they're going to be quite spacious. So maybe in the future, but maybe we could have like a separate outdoor space that we build. But I don't know. The mite situation really freaks me out. Like having them unsupervised outside really would worry me.
I get a set of keys.
I think I have some in my pocket.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You can tell when the eggs fall out of them. Yeah, for sure. Strange question, but do snakes ever need dental work done or any sort of dental routine? Not to my knowledge. Our vet has not mentioned anything like that as far as the snakes are concerned.
Nope. I'm sorry, you do not.
I'll look into the king thing, Nora.
I'll do it right now. I'd help if I spelled it right. I typed in king and the first thing that came up was King Charles. I've looked up 6 way too much.
How is the new ambassador's enclosure going? Push Pop. Push Pop's enclosure is coming along slowly but surely.
Okay, so according to the National Zoo, it says they are called king cobras because they can kill and eat cobras.
So they are literally the king of the cobras.
Yep.
Fascinating.
That is what the king cobra
But I'm sure
is.
are there other species of snake that eat other snakes?
Hold,
Patchy
please.
having a good time. King cobras, king rat snakes, and king pythons all eat other snake species. Casual Deviant is thinking of getting tickets to C6 if you like witty. It was a good time.
Apparently
I enjoyed it a lot.
When snakes eat other snakes, they're called Ophiophagic. OphiophagIc.
Is that why they call him King Charles? What makes a snake a king? Their most remarkable type of prey, however, is other snakes. California king snakes are kings because they hunt and devour various snake species, including other king snakes and even rattlesnakes.
Yep, it says king snakes, king cobras, black-headed pythons, musaranas,
Side
and
fun
indigo
fact,
snakes.
king cobras aren't cobras. This is going to make my head hurt.
Oh no. Are notable ophalic.
North and South American coral snakes prey on snakes almost exclusively.
Ophio. I don't know how to say that word. I'm not going to try, because I don't know.
Should introduce king cobras to Florida to take care of the python problem and the stupid human problem. Good times.
Oh no. That's a bold statement.
It is my most interesting animal fact that I haven't learned from Alveus, but you guys have taught me a lot of good stuff. Excellent. We love to hear that. Thanks for teaching us something today. Is there a window in the reptile room? There is not, but in terms of natural light, light coming through glass is not going to have the same effect as like them sitting out here.
No.
So the glass inhibits a lot of the benefits of light. That's why a lot of enclosures, you don't have like glass tops or something that the light's coming through. Ophiophagus. Ophiophagous.
That's how you say it. Thank you.
Chef_MDT2ND just resubscribed for 9 months. Ooh, this happened.
Patchy, patchy, patchy. Yep, UVB can't penetrate glass. Yep, yep, yep. The reptile enclosures are very intimidating to me, chat. Like when Connor was like, just order all the stuff you need. I'm like, no, I don't think it's that easy.
Nope. Tis not. Tis not. Don't put me in charge of that.
So we're looking a lot into, and kind of just strategy-wise, because we want to include live plants for everybody. So looking up plants that are in their native habitats and seeing if we can get them here, and how we put them in the enclosure in such a way that it's very easy to take care of them. So talking about putting like pots in there so that we could take them out to water them or repot them or something like that. Why are we doubting Connor? You ordered all the stuff, now it's 90% done. We ordered the lights. Did you see that 990-pound, 34-foot anaconda they found in Brazil recently? No. That sounds... Was that the new species they were talking about?
What?
There's like a new species of... new species of anaconda or something like that.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Patchy and Noodle seem very chill. Yeah, definitely very chill.
Noodle finally settled, so I'm trying to not move. I should bring it up chat so I can see it.
Patchy's cruising.
Get a girl.
I saw that video on Reddit and did not like it. I think Noodle, I don't know if I would ever say that Noodle was an aggressive snake. I would say she was a defensive snake. And I would say it was likely because she just had not been handled. Like, was not used to being around us. Patchy's definitely gonna get some climbing fun stuff in her new enclosure. We try to avoid using the word aggressive when it comes to any animals that we're working with.
Yep.
Maya always emphasizes snakes eating prey matching their girth, and that's like the largest prey that they should be eating is like no wider than the widest part of their body. I would get defensive if someone tried to pick me up too. Makes sense. Yeah, exactly. what would you say then? Territorial? I would say defensive for Noodle. The reason that we try to steer clear of the word aggression is because typically behaviors that we interpret as aggressive as people have a reason. And saying that an animal is aggressive isn't addressing the reason that they're behaving a certain way. It's just labeling for the sake of labeling it. So when I'm trying to think of an example, I think vultures are probably the best one that I have. Thinking about like natural behaviors of these animals. So like when we would talk about getting to know a new vulture, vultures examine everything with their little beaks because that's the tool that they have to examine things. So if you move too quickly around them, or
we don't go down.
They can get a little, like, they can nibble you, and some people don't like to be nibbled, but the more you react, the more engaged they are going to become, and it's very easy for people then to label, hey, that's an aggressive behavior that I would like to stop, instead of being like, hey, this is a natural behavior, how can I work with it? So that I don't see behavior that I interpret as aggressive, which may not be, in fact, what the animal is intending. I don't know if that made any sense.
Made sense to me. Hi.
Noodle is 0% aggressive right now. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh.
A thing happened. Patchy.
Patchy broke something again.
Patchy. Oh, here we go. I do hear reactive instead of aggressive a lot with people who talk about animal behavior. Yeah. Because if you think about it, like, behavior is them communicating. So if we are talking about an animal's behavior, what we're really saying is, what are they trying to tell us with their behavior? Not necessarily just trying to be like, oh, that was a very aggressive behavior.
Yeah.
More, why did she strike? If that were in the
it's
behavior
also
in question,
a form of anthropomorphizing them too.
Yeah.
We try to not do that.
Huh?
Oatmeal's in heat.
Gross.
Lovely.
Oh no, poor Nick.
Nick is the chosen one.
Semantics are important. Syntaxis is not. Yeah, we're really careful with the way that, especially with animals that have a reputation like snakes, where people have a tendency to be fearful of them. Using words like aggressive can be a real turnoff.
Yep.
So again, we're just very careful with how we talk about them, because obviously Patchy and Noodle are not snakes that anybody needs to worry about.
Nope.
We do the same thing when we talk about the parrots. Like, if we get bit by the parrots, like, I'm very clear that the times that I've been bit have been the result of something that I have done that makes perfect sense after the fact, right?
It's always our fault.
It's always our fault. So when an animal does something that maybe we didn't anticipate, or that maybe we deem an undesirable behavior, we ask ourselves what we did to instigate or to cause what we missed, essentially. Something like that. Aggression implies an intent. Most animals would just want to be left alone rather than want you dead. Yeah,
That's exactly a good way to put it.
Again, going back to the word defensive. Any animal that gets put into a position where it's feeling defensive, it's not shocking. Any reaction past that, I think, is not shocking if they're nervous or scared.
Yeah.
Because what would you expect animals to do in those situations?
Exactly.
Like, if they feel cornered in some way or something like that.
They're going to do whatever they need to.
Yeah, and that's not something that you can hold against them.
Nope. If you put them in a position to make them warrant doing that, then we as humans did something wrong as the trainers.
Miley seems more tame than Tico, though. Tico just sometimes doing those lunges. I think it's just a matter of getting comfortable. Like, Miley is very different with me than she is with Ella, for example. Like, I would say,
go to the ground.
if you were to ask Ella, if she's as comfortable around Miley as she is around Tico, she would say definitely not.
Probably.
Because Miley's just different. Ella,
Kayla?
are you as comfortable around Miley as you are around Tico?
No.
No. So it's just very different. Every animal is different, and the way that they respond to people is different.
Hi, Veggie.
Birds be special. They really are.
You wanna come up?
Do you want to go see Ella? Do you want to climb? Ooh.
I smell like cheese pill pocket.
Cheese pill pocket. Interesting.
Cheese.
Patchy's like, I'm just having a good time in the heat. Just relaxed.
Thank you for letting her rest her head on you.
You coming up? No. Yes? No.
Exploring.
It is just using me to get to something inanimate.
Something new. Do you think there's anything that would make Patchy bite? I mean, I'm sure we could do something.
She's gotten me a couple of times, but it was because I was
Food
trying
related.
to feed her. Yeah.
We also, in the beginning chat, when we were getting to know Patchy and like feeding Patchy, have to remember that she's missing an eye.
Yeah.
So at the time, I think we were also learning a lot about how she's perceiving the world around her, and
She misses her food on occasion.
she does.
She does.
And that's just something that we need to be aware of when we feed her. That's why we feed with tongs, chat.
Tongs. Feed
with
it on
tongs.
her left side.
Yep.
Hold it that way so she can see it.
I think, when did she get me? I don't think there was one time when she was really little. I think probably around the time we started getting her consistently eating.
Yeah.
I took her water bowl out, and I think she was
Oh
super
yeah, she was just
excited.
ready. She like knew what was coming.
Well, I don't even know if I had food at that time.
Yeah. And obviously, like, we're very careful, like, when we're handling the snakes, like, if we've handled, like, the rats, like, not going in smelling like their food.
Yeah.
Things like that, which makes a lot of sense.
I think or whenever we used to do collabs where
Skittles
Patchy
is a good
was
snake
getting
name.
fed,
It's cute.
we would have people put hand sanitizer on.
Yep.
Because it was such, like, a different
A
smell.
different
from
smell.
being fed.
We talked about doing stuff like that, too, for handling, like, doing hand sanitizer before handling, because it's such a dramatically different smell.
Yeah. I mean, it's also, I think, just good practice since they are Salmonella carriers.
Mm-hmm.
Good practice. Med sheet is made. Finn took the Benadryl without issue.
What a delight.
We'll just keep doing it for 3 days and see if it makes a difference. You're going to see how pink his eyes were.
It's so sad.
But this
Poor
picture doesn't even,
buddy.
like, show just
Poor
how
buddy.
pink they were. Because it was the underneath. The corners were pink.
I'm
but the
sorry, my back
underneath-
hurts.
So it was, like, whenever he looked up,
Just like root.
it was just red.
Oh, buddy.
I'm sorry.
I went and talked to Connor. I was like,
Look at these sad fox
His
eyes.
sad fox eyes. His eyes are pink. What should we do about it? And Connor's like, I mean, is it worth the risk of going in there, he said something about sedating him and then seeing if his eyeballs are scratched. I was like, I was going to suggest.
Why?
Allergy pills.
Why do you
just
always
give
just
him
jump to this
Benadryl.
like very dramatic
And then
like
ask
Let's
them
find
to
everything.
be on allergy meds. It was
Benadryl?
I was stunned for a second.
Seems like a way more intensive thing than just giving
Patchy's
them
belly
allergy
is getting
meds.
pink. She's gonna shed. Gonna get ready to shed soon.
She's massive.
She is massive. She's huge.
We don't, obviously, we take her out and we check on her and we see her and stuff, but when she's in a ball, you can't see just how big she is. So every time we take her out, it's like a surprise.
Yeah.
Look how big Patchy's gotten.
She's getting out of the gateway snake phase. Like,
Yeah.
people now see Patchy and they're like, no, that is also a big snake. And we're like,
Yeah.
no, she's not. Look at this snake.
Big snake.
But for people who are a little hesitant of snakes, even Patchy would be considered a pretty good sized snake. Didn't his nose puff up when he got bit by something last year? Was it his nose? He got bit by a couple things. I know his foot
He got
got bit on one of his legs. His foot was a little sensitive.
He's
No
he's
ground.
not built for the outdoors. He's
No
built for-
ground.
That's what he was bred for. No more snakes, just these ones. What do you guys feed the bigger snake? Bigger rats.
Well, when she eats.
When she eats, yeah.
When she chooses to eat.
She eats. Okay. I'm gonna take off, but I
Which
will-
animals might surprisingly be salmonella carriers? I've heard penguins can spread it through skin even. That's wild. I didn't know that about penguins.
Sounds right.
Birds.
birds and reptiles. I haven't
Yeah,
heard
that's
anything
why,
about amphibians, but
When we worked with like the birds of prey, if you got taloned, you like had to go get a tetanus shot like immediately because birds of prey talons are
Gross.
filthy.
speaking of which, I need to go clean my aqua pipe.
Because of what they eat.
Yeah, birds of prey. Just any bird. That's why you don't want.
Lots of raw fish on penguins, maybe. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'd say anything that eats
Does
that
fish
kind
carry
of.
salmonella?
I don't know.
Just birds in general. I can't think of a bird that doesn't.
Yeah.
We had there was a. So a lot of them are carriers of salmonella, but some of them aren't as affected by salmonella. But there was a couple years ago, when I was working at a wildlife rehabilitation center, there was a pine siskin salmonella outbreak because of climate change. Their migration pattern was shifted, and they were running into species they weren't normally running into. So they were getting sick with salmonella, and we'd get them in at the rehab center, and at least 2 people at the rehab center got salmonella.
Yikes. No, thank you.
And that's why I obsessively wash my hands.
How is Push Pop doing so far? Excuse me, Push Pop's doing great.
Appa was 318 today.
Nice. That's nice. I think they're eating well enough. Like, I
Yeah.
think maybe he's just kind of leveled out. We can see what, during his physical, how he feels. But
Appa looks a little chunk.
it should be pretty good, though. Because, like, when he went in for his teeth, he was around, I think.
Yeah.
I would say 410 is probably a pretty good weight for him. Anywhere around there.
Chunky. Anyways.
Do we have a bird named Birdie Mac? No. We have birds named Chico, Marley, Mia, Siren, Nugget, Oliver, Henrique, and Polly.
Thank you for the
And Stompy.
$100. Crazy.
Thank you.
Thank you for the sub. Y'all
For
are
vet nursing, they made me do
so
an
nice.
online hand washing course about frequency and efficiency of hand washing. We wash our hands a lot.
Noodle. You're falling down my back.
Archie's really, Hi,
Hello.
Noodle. She's so cute. Oh, the sunscreen and the sweat is like just in my eyeballs. Lindsay is a pro streamer now.
What do you think?
She is. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm sorry, chat. Hello.
I am tired.
I am. I don't know why.
Chat. I'm done with school.
Done with school.
Done with school. I can finally go home and relax. And not try and relax at like 2 o'clock in the morning because I've been working on stuff. Am done.
Max.
Comics.
Should we get Push Pop out for a little bit?
Sure.
Are you guys ready to see Push Pop explore? Are you ready to see her top speed?
Grad program. I have my master's. Call me Master Lindsay. There's no name. There's no title for masters.
You can have some of the sun here. I don't want it. I'm more than ready. Okay. Let me go put Patchy back, and then you can put Noodle back. And then we'll wash my
figure out how to-
hands, and we'll get a Push
How to
Pop.
stand up because
I can come help in a minute.
she trapped my arm again. Hi. Thank you, chat. I'm very excited to not have to do schoolwork ever again. Because let's be honest.
How's it going?
That's lame. They should give me numbers, letters, and title. Chat says hi to Max. I wish more people knew all the shit that is happening to our oceans. I may go back for my PhD, I'm not sure. If I do, I'd have to go brick and mortar and like actually pick a program like out of physical college. But to be fair, it took me 10 years to get my master's because I graduated with my bachelor's in 2014. 10 years later, got my master's. So maybe in 10 years, I'll get my PhD. Follow the trend. But yeah, there's a lot of shit going down with our oceans, especially the lesser known species. I focused all of my studies on sharks and corals. I did I deep dove into whale sharks and tiger sharks especially. And then I also did a project, paper on the small tooth sawfish, which is a form of ray.
All right. Patchy's home.
Cool.
Noodle. I mean, you can keep holding Noodle if you want.
I gotta figure out how to get up.
We can.
Look at that, physically fit.
She can stay hanging out if you want.
She's on my face.
I gotta grab this one. Oh, look at, she's sleeping.
Those are my glasses, Noodle. Where are you going? What is happening? My head doesn't bend this way. Noodle. This is poking me in the ear. Ow.
All right, sorry, chat. I gotta wash my
Noodle, that was not nice.
I just thought you'd appreciate seeing that.
We're going home now.
Take Push Pop out. And then we'll make up her plate of food. All right. Let's see what Push Pop weighs today. Hey, Push Pop. Would you like to come out for a little adventure?
Noodle is noodling. In your face. In my face, on my head. Very present.
She's here.
Wrap my arm. Fine. Everything's fine.
Oh. 11:52.
Ma'am.
All right.
This is really arm.
All right, chat.
Let's go home.
Let's take Push Pop out for a stroll. Where do we want to take her?
Want to
I thought maybe like the.
go.
Look at that Push Pop. I don't want to like take her anywhere we're gonna run into the goats. So maybe we'll just put her down over here. Because running into the goats sounds like a terrible time. They go. The training center is covered in hay and goat poop because we've had to lock the goats up so much with the contractors here working on things. Does Push Pop fit the stereotype of being slow? She actually gets moving pretty quickly. Like, I think we've all pretty much unanimously agreed that Push Pop is going to be nothing but trouble. Stealthy, sneaky trouble. Look at her go. She's also going up a hill right now, chat. She's working. Oh my gosh, she's choosing to come this way. Amazing. She's target trained. Definitely was faster than I thought when she sped around the nut house. Yeah, she cruises when she wants to.
Hi, Push Pop.
She's cruising. I don't know where she's going, but... I love
I
her,
just learned some exciting news about my cousin.
her little legs.
What's you do? Morgan Wallen. You testing out the greens outside?
We'll give her a couple minutes of explore time and then we'll bring her, I figured we'd bring her plate out here and let her eat. She got thigh spikes.
Are they working on her stuff? What are they doing?
Huh? I have no clue.
I hear music that direction, which means Connor's doing something.
Yes, I think you are correct.
That's a rock.
Amazing. Amazing.
Hi.
You got my snacks?
Not yet.
It is 4:44. It is snack time. I am overdue.
Careful. Gravel moves.
Push Pop, run over to the secret enclosure. Guys, looking at the secret enclosure is not going to give you any idea of what's going in the secret enclosure.
No.
It's not.
It's not even an enclosure yet. It's just ground. Nothing has been done to it besides cleared the ground. Hi. That's my boot. Okay, bye.
She's so fast.
On a mission to explore. That's a rock. Check out the rock. It's a nice rock.
Look at that ground she's covered since we got out here.
Oh.
Spoiler, an animal is going in the enclosure. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, no. Gosh almighty.
Coming back. Detoured. Green. Real question. Can turtles see in color?
I don't know.
Chat, find out. Find that out for us.
She cruising. She's going. She's going. Hey, Lindsay. Can you grab the plate cover off of some, maybe that one, maybe the front of, if the front has one, and put it on.
Oh, yep.
She's going. She's cruising.
Does the other side need one?
I don't know, I just figured since we're over here, we can, as long as the backs are covered, we're probably in pretty good shape. Here we go.
Where are you going?
Now that we're safe. Go watch her cruise. I'm telling you guys, she can move. This is rocky terrain. It's a little slower than her top speed.
She's fast. Rock.
Considering how little her legs are, she is speed.
Is speed.
I legit can't move this fast on this terrain in my wheelchair. Definitely not. Push Pop is speed.
She's moving, she's cruising.
She's doing her resistance training.
Let's not go under the car though. That's rock. That's other rock.
She got distracted by a rock.
She did. Every so often we like rock. Rock.
Shadow.
Whoa.
Whoa. Rocks.
Legs, rock.
What you doing?
Trying to think of like a good Disney song that would like go with this moment of her exploring.
If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go.
Moana!
No.
I know. She is Moana. Make way, make way. Pish Pop, it's time you knew. The village of Alveus is all you need.
A whole new world. A dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way down here,
It's crystal clear. Just taking our turtle for a walk.
she's really taking herself for a walk.
She is. She is rock. We've hit good terrain and we're up turbo speed. Rock. Got distracted by rock.
Chat, for the record, we did not put her on the rocks.
She chose this
She
life.
chose this life.
She wanted the rocks.
She does. She knows her enclosure is that way.
Got distracted by rock again.
How long will it take her to be fully grown? Many, many years. 15 to 25 years. She's only 4, so she's got at least another 11. She got distracted by a rock.
I stole the one from the front for that one because that one didn't have one. It might have like fell off or taken off, something like that. But it's covered now.
Push Pop.
Rock, that's a rock. You can't eat rock. Don't eat the rock. She ate the rock.
Okay, well, was it a small rock?
Ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. Don't hiss at me. You're the one that fucking ate a rock. Is it okay if tortoises eat rocks?
Is that a digestion thing? Probably.
She just ate a rock.
How big was it?
It could fit in her mouth.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure she's fine.
She is gonna live outside, so.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's why she's been testing the rock, see which one will fit in her mouth so she can eat it.
She's wasting away. She's positively famished. Would you guys like to see Push Pop eat her greens?
Ma'am, that is poop. No. 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 You already ate poop once. You don't need to eat more poop. That is poop.
She has only received calcium since she came here. I'm quite confident that
We're gonna bypass the poop.
I don't know if she I don't know if she was supplemented early on in her life. I know her diet was not great, so
We'll go grab her salad.
I haven't made it.
Just kidding.
Oh, here, hold that.
Does she just need?
There's a container in there.
That's what I was asking. Like, does she just need the hay added to it?
It's not labeled, and there's
okay.
2 containers because I like to make things complicated.
Guys, she ate some of Polly's poop yesterday, and she just ate goat poop. Will you stop it? You're disgusting. What is wrong with you? But she ate Polly's poop, and it was like the gross, smeary kind of poop. And she had it all over her mouth, and I had to clean it off of her because it wouldn't come off otherwise. And she got it all over her arms. Ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Is not a picky eater, but needs to be. Look at the sunshine on her. We do feed her. She gets food twice a day. No. No. Reprimand. No. Poop is not the good. No. Poop is not the good stuff. Please don't eat the poop. That's what our vet recommended, is the twice a day since she is still small and growing. So we're doing twice a day per vet. God damn it, no. Why? Stop eating shit. Not yet. The vet hasn't come and completely checked her out. She's gonna do that when she comes and does the checks for everybody else. But we have been in constant contact with our vet about her. God, she ate more poop. Stop going to the poop. That's a rock. Stop it. Jesus. Stop it. Push Pop weighs around a little under 1,200 grams. So she's a little girl. No. Yep. Poop's gone. Nope. I need you to stop eating poop. Your salad is on its way. That's my shoe. You can eat leaves, just don't eat poop. gets a variety of different greens. No, stop eating the goddamn poop. Stop eating poop. She has found every piece of goat poop
Why are you like this?
and has tried to eat it.
Why is everybody like this? Push Pop? Dear friend. Dear
I want her
friend.
to eat the green of the grass, not the brown of the poop.
Would you like to come over here? It's greens.
It's your proper food.
It is. That is also green, but it's hard to eat.
I can try because I doubt goat poop is good for her.
She got there.
Got it. All right, now we're gonna watch her.
So I can.
He's gonna put it down so they can get close.
Just be careful, it's gonna fall.
There it goes. I'm gonna hold the one side of it too, just in case. She's a little sassy because I kept taking the poop away from her.
Rude.
Sorry, I wanted her to have a more nutritious meal than shit.
She is like a hungry hippo.
The yellow stuff is
Some extra
yellow squash. Yep, so she's got dandelion,
A few collards today.
Yep.
Dandelion greens. a
yellow
little bit of
squash, different hay. She is 4 years old. She does not need poop. Typically, she would probably get water from what she eats.
Soak too.
Yeah, they soak.
Finally, some good food. She gets fed twice a day right now, and she gets about 2 hours of grazing time each time we give her a plate of food. And she kind of just eats whatever amount she eats. And she has a little bit of hay in her enclosure all the time. We just try to remove what's kind of aged out of.
Yeah,
She has a habit of dragging it into her water, which is
she does do that.
gross. But yeah, there's not like a huge list of like fruits and veggies that are really good for these guys. So she doesn't get, I think, like the variety mostly comes from the different types of greens that we give her. She eats a lot of dandelion. She gets endive. She gets a very little bit of romaine, collards, or a dark leafy green like that. Every so often, collard greens are really great for calcium, but they're also a goitrogen, have high goitrogens, which is something that I learned all about when I was designing or setting up diets for Push Pop. This is orchard grass hay. She gets orchard grass hay and she gets Timothy hay. She's a sulcata tortoise. A 4-year-old sulcata. This really is not the easiest place for you to eat, but it's where you were when I came out here, so. She's very small. She's probably, I think, 8 inches long, maybe, and 6 inches across right now. As an adult, she'll get much, much larger. I don't know what the exact, they can weigh between 80 and like 120 pounds. And right now she weighs 2.5 pounds. So they eat meat too, though, right? Like birds. So
You're talking more.
Sulcatas, from what we've read, are opportunistic, so like they could eat meat, but there's no reason for us to offer her meat. Like, it's not more beneficial to her than this diet. So we won't be offering her animal protein. There are many, many resources out there that say that it is absolutely unnecessary to offer your sulcatas any animal protein because they don't need a high protein diet. High fiber.
Is mostly vegetarian.
Yeah. Crazy she's only this big after 4 years. I think the size of a sulcata and the rate at which they grow has a lot to do with their husbandry early on in their lives. Like humidity their first year is really important. Obviously, UVB is important, diet is important, and I do think that she is small for the age that she is. That being said, she is the only sulcata I've worked with, and finding information on that has been very difficult because obviously a lot of the people that have sulcatas in captivity that report their sizes, I don't know what all of their husbandry is. So it's a big range, which is tough.
And she may or may not be younger than what we think she is.
They are grazers.
We don't know for sure what her age is. It's just what we've been told.
Has she gained weight yet? She has not. She always returns to 1150 right now. So when we got her at first, she was 1175. She bumped up to 1204. That's the highest that she was. She came back down, hit 1150, went back up to 1168, and she's back down at 1152 today. We've had her for just shy of a month. Yeah. 5 days. In 5 days, she will have been here for a month. I actually contacted our vet about it because of how hectic it was last month. We have not gotten Push Pop in for an intake physical at this point. We had communicated to the vet prior to picking up her being brought out here, kind of a tentative diet plan and what was going to be best for her. We know her diet before she got here wasn't great. She arrived with a lot of romaine, apples, blueberries, and strawberries, none of which is ideal. So we've been kind of going off of what we had planned to do before she arrived with the vet, and we've just been taking notes and observing her behavior, how frequently she's going to the bathroom, what she's like when she's eating, etc. So I actually did communicate with the vet just this past weekend, and yeah, we have no idea. Somebody said she's building muscle mass. We have no idea if she was kept in the enclosure that she arrived in, the glass enclosure that you guys see here when we go into the nut house. We don't know how often she was out and about outside of that enclosure prior to being here, so we don't know how much exercise she got. She's still in the screen over there.
Yeah.
I did communicate that to the vet, my concerns that she has not started really gaining weight since she got here. And she said that she is not concerned about her weight fluctuation at this time, that it might just take a little while to adjust to a healthier diet. She's got some calcium on her food right now. That's the powder that you see on her greens. I forgot to mix it in this morning, so I'll probably give her some more tomorrow as well. But she's on a calcium supplement once a week at this point with her greens and her hay and her squash and zucchini, which are the two veggies that she typically gets. But her diet has been pretty consistent since she got here, amount-wise. She's a great eater. We were all concerned because she had been fed, quote unquote, kind of a junk food diet for a tortoise prior to arriving here, but she took to the different variety of greens and the squash and the zucchini pretty immediately. So all good things there.
She's like fully in it.
Yeah.
I meant the screen.
Oh. Good night, Norb. Thanks for hanging out. Dandelion. That was a mighty good crunch.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have a problem with people touching her and picking her up? She definitely is, I wouldn't say a problem. I would just say maybe she's not used to it. Like, she doesn't tuck into her shell. She's pretty good even if we're holding her. She still hangs out outside of her shell, which is nice. And we try, I think everybody tries to give her a little warning so she kind of knows, like if we say touch, like a lot of the times with the other animals, we'll say touch before we touch them or lift before we move her, so she can at least learn to anticipate that it's coming right now. Because in order to take her out of her enclosure, we do have to pick her up. Sorry, Push Pop. This plate is a little slippery for you. But definitely, if we move too fast, we can surprise her. Sorry. Green. Does she like yet?
We're working on it.
We're hoping that she does eventually. She's got some squash on her eye. But if I try to take it, she will get a little spooked, so I'm gonna let her take care of it. Are you done, Push Bob? Your favorite flavor of chips? Salt and vinegar. Thank you for the 10. She is